Hello everyone, thank you for coming and spending a bit of time with me. I'm going to show you Darkroom number 2. To start the tour, we have this young boy that I photographed in 1999 in Phnom Penh, in the Tilkok slum of Phnom Penh, Cambodia, being held by its grandmother. Little boy just kind of stared at me, and that's all he did. He just, yeah, he'd never seen a white guy, I guess, before. Anyway, and that's his little sister behind him. So, as we get into the darkroom, we start out with the sound system. $60 of high-powered quality. It's actually a Sony stereo I got for $25, and a record player for $25. And those speakers are $10 a piece. These ones on top. So $60. And then I got all these records for like $40. And then I had a whole bunch, and a lot of these are Value Village records, but I love them. A little fridge with some drinks in there and film and such. And in the middle, we have my exhibition at the Jubilee Auditorium. It was The Train's Coming, which dealt with people who live in Klong Toi slum in Bangkok. The little girl here and her friend I was practicing English with, and I would say nose, and she would just say nose, nose, and she would just get a kick out of that and repeat it over and over again. They were following me around there. Cutest kids. The man on the right there is Sonny. He's a friend that I met when I was 21, ex-prize fighter. I met him in Oakland, California, in a ghetto area, West Oakland. Pretty rough town there, but Sonny was a great person who taught me a lot of things. The cat is from my grandparents. They had it in their place for a long time. Then I have a retouching stand, some street photography from Bangkok, the beautiful Nong and Bong from Bangkok, 1999. Some ambrotypes. I've always found this one really mysterious. I wonder who she was. And then another print from the Klong Toi Train's Coming series. This lady, I photographed her with her child on the railroad tracks, which went right through the middle of the slum, and gave her a print later on. And later on, her friend wanted one also. So now we come into the main area. We got 3 sinks here. We got the stainless steel on the left. We got the long tray sink in the middle. And then we got sort of a combination tray sink and deeper sink here. This one here cost about $40 for the whole thing. And then this one here was, I think, about $40 for the top section that I bought all used. And then I built that little stand, which seems to work. It's a real hard thing to do. And then the stainless steel one was left over from my father's kitchen days. He basically bought that with me in mind, because when I went with him to pick it up secondhand from someplace, he asked if I could use it. And I said I would use it in a darkroom eventually if he got it. And he said, okay, I'm going to get it. And he bought it for me. And he sat here for years, and basically was a table. He put a counter on there, and he would use it as a tabletop. But he never had it hooked up. Now it's going to be hooked up in my darkroom, and it's a gift from my dad. So here we have these temperature control valves, which I want to hook up one of them. I'm not sure if they work. I'm not sure what the deal is exactly, but I was talking to the plumber. He's going to be able to hook one up. He'll probably mount it right on the wall right over here. Probably this little one. And the idea being that I'll have a hose running off it with water at a certain temperature that I can use for washing film and mixing chemistry and all that stuff. Here we got a bunch of prints from the dump in Mesad, where I've been photographing for the last 5 years. 2 sisters on the left, the housing where people live on the right with the dogs and the garbage. And here's a young child, and also on the right, a brother and sister new to the garbage. This was shot in 2018. New to the garbage, figuring out what is valuable and what is not. They dig for recyclables. I got a TV up top here. The DVD player, just basically to listen to music and stuff. And then my enlargers, which are Omega Pro Lab, which I haven't used very much. I got it from Nate, which is a local school, for like $80 years ago, with the hopes of using it in Darkroom #2, which is finally going to happen. Condenser enlarger, my Saunders LPL with multi-grade head. This is my original one. I have another one in my main darkroom now, but this is my old one. It's just a beautiful machine, very well made. And then this Durst 450, which I have troubles with. It doesn't really work that well. The bulbs keep on burning out on me. Over here, I got a film drying cabinet. This is from a hospital or something, and it was used to disinfect things. Bought it years ago also, and eventually I got a real drying cabinet, which I have in my other darkroom. And I put this into storage. Now I'm going to dig it out. I got to replace the glass on it because that broke. But it works. And basically, you put in the film, hang it there, put whatever you want to dry, close the doors, flick a button, and it heats up inside. Got storage back there in the closet. These cabinets are filled with negs and camera gear and negs. There's my dad playing drums. He was a musician. And this picture was one of the first ones I ever took. The last ride for this cowboy at a rodeo. I think I was around 18 when I took that. Here's a show had in Southern Alberta for families of the dump, and also for my father. And various dump pictures I just put up the other day. These were actually just test prints for larger photographs. And then I had them left over. So I thought, why not put them up? I like to surround myself with memories and the people that I've met. These young children here would come up, you know, various children, but these ones on this day would come up and ask for their lollipops. Always giving out lollipops. So they would say, "Solo, Jerry, solo," which is, I guess, lollipop or candy or something in Burmese. But they would always ask me for it, and I would give it to them. I would look down into the darkness, and I would see these faces looking up at me. And here's also a new family to the dump. This woman here, I photographed her as a 15-year-old bride in 2015. In this picture, she's got 2 kids on her left, and she was pregnant with a third. Since that time, she's given birth to that third child. There she is up there too. That's her up there. She's around 20 in that photograph. And then this one here is of a new family to the dump. We ended up giving this family food and rubber boots and hats and some cash. So here's the light table. This chair here. Get a good shot of it. This is my reading area. So I sit there and I read. I actually slept there last night. But I sit there, read, and I got all my books, all my art books, my poetry, my novels, my biographies on, for example, Mr. Gandhi, who I'm reading about a marriage at 13 years old. Anyway, and over there on the wall, we have pictures from a series I did in Thailand on the sex workers. They were shot in the studio on an 8x10 camera in 2007, 2009, 2012. This is Gigi. She was a lady boy sex worker, transgender person, very nice to me all the time. Got this magnifying light thing off Kijiji. Also, most of the stuff in here is used secondhand. The filing cabinet over there I got free from a neighbor. The chair I got out of the dump and painted it. So maybe Dad got it out of the dump. Someone got it out of the dump. But I found it in my garage, buried, and I just painted it all up. This place is pretty good. The floor is in rough shape. I painted it where there was holes in the floor, and I'm going to put anti-fatigue matting. Replace that vent here. Oh yes, down here I got all kinds of darkroom tools, brushes, and grain focusers, and graduates, and all that stuff. You need a lot of stuff to work a darkroom. And on this wall, I have some things on top for platinum printing, glass jars, beakers, and like, and then safe boxes for photo paper, lenses for the enlarger, reels for the tanks way at the bottom for developing film. In this cabinet over here, I actually have a little safe which I'm going to use to put my most valuable negs in. It's like a fire safe. Then I got all my chemistry for wet plate and platinum in that cupboard over there. And this rack is from Dad's days. He would have bread and all kinds of fun stuff on there that he would cook for a farmer's market. But now I'm using it for trays and easels and whatever I can. There's some cameras over here. Show you that. This is kind of fun. Photo people like cameras, right? This is my it's called a Bananarama. That was a nickname given it to me by Dean Jones, who's passed away now, but he was a camera maker out of Australia. So it's a Polaroid camera that's being converted to 4x5 by Dean. So I might be taking that with my next trip to shoot portraits. Then what else we got here? This is a new one. I got this little Minix. Let me play around with that a bit. This is some kind of Russian camera I got for like $6-7 bucks. Then I got my Blad, one of my Blads. This is a Blad with a wide angle. I'm thinking of using it for portraits in the dump. All these cameras here are going to be going to town, or might be going to town. Then this baby here, which I've never been able to shoot, and I always wanted to shoot. It's my GSW690. It's a Fuji camera. I think they called it the Texas 35mm. It's like a 35, but it's a 120mm with a wide angle lens. It's got a 65mm lens on it. I've never been able to get sharp images with it. I'm going to work with it some more because I would love to shoot it in Thailand. And Leica R6, which is one of my main cameras with a 60mm macro close-up focus lens. This is a beauty. This is a lovely camera. I'm petting it, see? I'm petting it. Anyway, thank you for coming in here. I'm getting kind of long-winded here. If I could go out on photography, I never stop. But this is my new space. I hope to do platinum printing here. I hope to do wet plate stuff here. I hope to give workshops here. That's why this thing's on an island, so people can walk all the way around it. Students, as we're developing film or whatever. So this is my dream place. This is the place I've always wanted. And I owe everything to Mom and Dad for working all those years and allowing me something like this when I get old. Anyway, thank you very much for coming.